What is that one thing that always keeps you coming back to Goa?
I love Goa. I want to make change from Goa and in Goa.
Should we be sticking only to our roots and just doing the same thing, or should we evolve as the time passes by?
The old कितें आसा न्ही जाल्यार तेच दीत जाल्यार थोड्यांक तें कळना हें आमचें पन्नें मरे तेच तर तूं न्यू हितून करून दी प्रेजेंट करून दी जाल्यार दे एक्सेप्ट.
You have also been working with Remo Fernandes.
The way he creates a music is different and I'm always a fan of his.
Yeah. So what is the difference between a music producer and a music director?
He's a boss of everything. So आता जो trend चलता I feel is like marketing. Just scroll. तो 15 seconds कितें catch करता पळय तेच important आसता.
When you came to know that you are going to meet the legend A.R. Rehman, what was your feeling like?
Superb. I wanted to be like him, like I wanted to do everything.
So what is that thing that keeps you smiling?
What keeps me smiling, you have to ask my wife. That I can say.
नमस्कार येवकार तुमकां सगळ्यांक. म्हजें नांव सिद्धेश नायक आनी तुमी पळयतात द सिंपल टॉक्स ऑन FCR प्रोडक्शन्स गोवा. इश्टानो, आयज म्हाजो पयलो प्रश्न तुमच्या खातीर. EDM शिगमो हो तुमी आयकलाच आसतलो, किंवा कार्निवलाचें थीम सॉंग तरी आयकलाच आसतलें, ऑर FC गोवाचें सॉंग तरी आयकलाच आसतलें. तरी पूण आनी एक बेस्ट इजी क्वेश्चन तुमच्या खातीर. आमचो हो आयचो 9वो पॉडकास्ट आनी तुमी जर आमचे सगळेच पॉडकास्ट बारीक तरेन ऑर मायन्युटली आयकत येयल्ले आसा जाल्यार आमच्या पॉडकास्टाचो इंट्रो म्युजीक तुमी आयकलाच आसतलें. ह्याच म्युजिकाचो कंपोजर आयज आमच्या मदीं आसा. अ व्हेरी स्पेशल जॅम ऑफ गोवा, अ पर्सन विथ फ्यू वर्ड्स बट अ लॉट ऑफ डेप्थ इन म्युजीक, अ सिंगर, अ म्युझिशियन, अ कंपोजर, अरेंजर एंड अ साऊंड डिझायनर, द वन एंड दी ओनली सर मुकेश घाटवाल. सर, येवकार तुमकां.
थँक्यू.
सर, तुमची लायक पयली आवड म्युजिके खातीर केन्ना निर्माण जाली? लायक वेन वॉज द फर्स्ट टायम यू सॉ लायक म्युजीक हिटींग यू? म्हणजे घरानूच तुमचें इन्स्पिरेशन अशें आशिल्लें काय it came from somewhere else?
My father was a musician and he used to teach in Kala Academy. So music पयलींच्यान आशिल्लें घरा. So हार्मोनियम आशिल्लो घरा. So हांव वाजयतालो. No one forced me actually. म्हणजे सो हांव केन्ना 3 सॉंग आयकतालो, म्हणजे इंडियन क्लासिकल, नाट्य संगीत हेंच, आनी प्लस हांव वेस्टर्नूय आयकतालो. सो आय कम फ्रॉम अ ब्युटिफूल विलेज सांडेस्तेवान. सो म्हजे फ्रेंड्स आशिल्ले वेस्टर्न आयकताले. So there was blend in my life, both like Indian classical and the Western music.
Yeah.
So मदींच हांवें एक अशें दिसलें, पप्पाक सांगलें हांवें सून म्हाका शिकय इंडियन क्लासिकल. पप्पान he also advised, start with Indian classical because that was there at home. So later on I felt म्हाका वेस्टर्न म्युजिकूय शिकपाक जाय कशें दिसलें. सो म्हणजे हांव सॉंगाचेर आयकतालो तेन्ना पेटयेर कॉर्ड्स वाजयतालो, हें वाजयतालो. सो वन्स माय फादर टोल्ड मी लायक आतां तर दोनी म्युजीक कंबायन करीत जाल्यार इट्स अ गूड स्कोप आनी इट्स समथींग एल्स ओन्ली डिफरंट इंडियन आनी वेस्टर्न मिक्स करीत जाल्यार. सो दॅट हिट मी समवेर. देन मागीर आमच्या गांवानूच एक वायलिनिस्ट आशिल्लो, तो सोल्फा शिकयतालो. सो आय वॉन्टेड टू लर्न वेस्टर्न म्युजीक आनी हांव. सो आय अप्रोच्ड हिम. गांवचोच आमचो तो, आनी तो म्हाका वळखनाशिल्लो खंयचो तो. आनी सद्दां हांव कॉलेजीक म्हाका 11th तेन्ना आय थिंक सो. सो तेन्ना वता तेन्ना म्हाका बस स्टॉपार मेळप थंय. सो ताका सांगलें एक दीस आय वॉन्ट टू लर्न. तो म्हाका नो आय टीच इन पेंजीम, यू कम टू पेंजीम.
ओके.
सो आनी म्हाका पणजे वचप तशें आशिल्लें पॉसिबल. सो आनीक थोडे दिसांनी हांव परतून मेळ्ळो ताका, परतून विचारलें ताका थंयच, नो यू कम टू पेंजीम. तेन्नाय ताणें सांगलें. सो मागीर आनीक थोडे दिसांनी आनीक म्हयन्यांनी परतून हांव अप्रोच जालो. हांवें म्हणलें म्हाका शिकोवपाक जाय, केन्ना तूं फ्री आसतलो? हांगाच येता हांव. सो ही लुक्ड एट मी, तूं कोणालो? हांवें म्हणलें वी.आर. गोल्डस्मिथ. हांवें शिकयलो. तो हार्मोनियम वाजयता पळय तेन्ना. हांवें थंय चेडो. ओके यो लायक दीस. सो तेन्नाच्यान हांवें तें स्टार्ट केलें पळय वेस्टर्न सॉल्फेजस शिकपाक. मागीर लायक वेंट टू ग्रेड्स एंड ऑल. थंयच्यान तें म्हाजें स्टार्ट जालें बेस्ट.
ओके ओके
सो आतां चिंतल्यार खरेंच दिसता इट्स नायस फिलींग ब्लेंडिंग बोथ द म्युजीक टुगेदर.
करेक्ट करेक्ट सर तुमकां असो एक मुमेंट जो येयलो की लायक ऑफकोर्स यू हॅव डन युअर एज्युकेशन बट वॉट इट वॉज की ना आतां म्युझिकूच आपणाक एज अ करियर बिल्ड करूंक जाय. वॉट वॉज द टर्निंग पॉयंट फॉर यू?
असो टर्निंग पॉयंट असो येवंक ना म्हज्या लायफान म्हणजे आय टेक अप म्युजीक. सो म्हजी ल्हानपणाचो लायफ कशें आशिल्लें म्हणजे फ्री म्हणजे तो जाय तेका म्हणजे कोण कामूय सांगनाशिल्लें कांय घरान वॉट एवर आयज टू डू आयज टू एन्जॉय ओके म्हाका तो हें शिकपाक जाय ओ म्हाका तो इंस्ट्रुमेंट शिकपाक जाय आयज टू गो.
ओके
गांवान आमचे फ्रेंड्स आशिल्ले तो म्हाका बँड काडया.
ओके
सो देर वॉज बँड आयलँड कॉल्ड आयलँडर्स.
ओके
दॅट वॉज माय फर्स्ट इंग्लीश बँड. तेन्ना कितें वाजयलो म्हाका उगड आसना आतां पण वेरी बेजीक आसतालो हांव सारको रो आसता तेन्ना वाजोवपाक. जेन्ना आय बोरोड माय कीबोर्ड म्हणजे कीबोर्ड वचून नाशिल्लो सो माय फ्रेंड ओन्ली लँडेड मी अ कीबोर्ड प्ले फॉर शो. हे 2 शो केले आनी मागीर तो बंद जालो.
ओके
सो तशें मागीर आनीक कोण मागीर मराठी ऑर्केस्ट्रा दे अप्रोच्ड एक शो आसा करया 3 शो आसा कितें आशिल्लें. सो आय वेंट विथ द फ्लो. सो लायफान अशेंच आय जस्ट वेंट विथ द फ्लो कितें येता पळय तें घेतलें. मागीर समवन अप्रोच मी फॉर ऑर्केस्ट्रा ग्रुपान जॉयन जाता आनी सर ओके चल या फुडें या. स्टील आय डिडंट थिंक अबाउट करियर पण आय वॉज प्लेइंग मनी ऑल्सो वॉज कमींग दॅट वॉज ओके नॉट रेलेवंट फॉर मी. पण एट वन पॉयंट एक अशें दिसलें आरे हांव दुसऱ्याच सॉंगां वाजयता आय एम नॉट डुईंग माय म्हणजे ओन सॉंग्स. सो दॅट टायम आय लेफ्ट कंप्लिटली आय स्टॉप डुईंग ऑर्केस्ट्राज ऑर प्लेइंग लायव्ह म्हणजे बँड वाजोवपाचें आनी दॅट फेज वॉज लायक कंप्लिटली इनकम स्टॉप सगळें स्टॉप जाल्लें. बट स्टील आय डिडंट रिग्रेट एनीथींग नथींग बट आय वॉन्टेड टू डू समथींग एल्स. सो माय लायफ तशीच आशिल्ली म्हणजे येना ओके दुसरें करुया आनी कितें करुया. पण आय नेवर थॉट लायक म्युजीक करियर अशें हांव कंटिन्यू दवरतलो अशें ना. आय वॉज एन्जॉयींग फूल माय लायफ वॉट एवर.
तुमकां सर जेन्ना तें दिसलें की ओके आय शूड बी क्रिएटिंग माय ओन म्युजीक and then you completely stopped playing for orchestra and then how was that phase like? So you started practicing by yourself or creating jingles by yourself?
ना म्हाका एकलो अप्रोच जालो कोण टू डू म्युजीक एज अ अरेंजमेंट. सो ट्यून तेणें केल्ले लिरिक्स तेजे आशिल्ले. सो म्हाका म्हणपाक तुका म्युजीक अरेंजमेंट करता सो हांवें म्हणलें करता शुअर. सो दॅट वॉज माय टर्निंग पॉयंट यू कॅन से आतां पळय जाल्यार एज अ फर्स्ट स्टेप इन टू प्रोडक्शन म्युजीक प्रोडक्शन. सो दॅट आय स्टार्टेड वर्किंग एज अ अरेंजर फर्स्ट.
Okay.
सो दॅट picked up very well because he gave me freedom first of all. म्हणजे जाय तशें कर म्युजीक कांय हें करना डिफरंट कर कितें. सो म्हाका कितें दिसता तें हांवें केलें फूल दॅट वॉज वेरी वेल पिक्ड अप बाय ऑडियन्स. फ्रॉम दॅट इट स्टार्टेड.
That was your first composition?
दॅट वॉज फर्स्ट एज अ अरेंजर म्युजीक अरेंजर म्हणजे प्रोडक्शन. आनी तेन्ना पसून पयलीं कीबोर्ड आशिल्लो म्हणजे हाफ सिरीज ऑफ 8 सॉंग्स आशिल्ले ती. सो 4 सॉंग हांवें फर्स्ट रिकॉर्ड केले विथ लायव्ह म्युजिशियन फूल. म्हणजे हांवेंच अरेंज केल्ले म्हणजे स्टार्टींग कितें वाजोवपाक जाय म्हणजे हाव कॉर्ड वर्क्स ते सगळें हांवेंच केल्ले. मागीर एकलो म्युजिशियन ना जालो आमचो. सो वॉट आय डीड आय बोरोड समवन एल्सीस कीबोर्ड आनी रिकॉर्डिंग डेट फिक्स आशिल्ली आनी सो ड्रमर नाशिल्लो सो आय प्रोग्राम ड्रम ऑन द कीबोर्ड इवन तो दुसऱ्याचो कीबोर्ड आनी कोणाचो कीबोर्ड. सो तेजो हांवें बोरो केलो आनी तो शो करतालो. तो म्हणला आपूण कीबोर्ड आपूण शो जावन रातचो वयता. सो एट 3 o'clock आय यूज्ड टू सीट विथ कॅटलॉग. तोय नोको आशिल्लो हाव टू प्रोग्राम. सो हांव कॅटलॉग घेवन वचून ते शिकून मागीर तेणें हांवें तेन्ना प्रोग्राम केल्ले फर्स्ट फॉर रेस्ट ऑफ द 4 songs.
So I think the initial your keyboard was the first instrument you learned or the harmonium was the first instrument and then you moved on to the keyboard. मागीर हळूहळू सर तुम्ही कितले इन्स्ट्रुमेंट शिकले?
एक आवड आसता न्ही तोय बरो आसता मरे इंस्ट्रुमेंट तोय बरो आसता वाजयता सगळे चडशे गिटार्स मँडोलीन ढोलक तबलाज anything which comes.
It is all out of curiosity that you wanted to try all the
different. There are still more I have to learn.
Yeah.
So चलता.
Okay. Sir, as a layman, I understand when it comes to songs, I understand only 2 of these terms. Like song जेन्ना येता तेन्ना we only know की okay एकटो singer आसता and then there are musical instruments which are being played. But I'm sure there are so many other things, other aspects beyond which goes in creating a song. what are the different roles in the music industry?
म्युझिक इंडस्ट्री म्हणच्या परस हांव एक सॉंग कशे तरेन वता तें सांगता तुका. स्टार्टींग आमी फक्त जाणा ओके सिंगर आयलो म्युझीक केला तुवें आतां म्हणला पळय म्हणजे केन्ना केन्ना चडशे लिरिक्स येता फर्स्ट. लिरिक्स येतकूच वी कंपोज अ ट्यून. सो ट्यून जालो म्हणटकूच इट गोज फॉर अरेंजमेंट, म्युझीक अरेंजमेंट. सो अरेंजमेंट इज स्टार्टींग मूड कसो क्रिएट करता. इंट्रो जाय वो नाका वो कितलो जाय वचून जाल्यार what kind of chord structure it will have. Music we compose if it is for the film. So as per their theme, so we change the starting look of the song intro. And then the same thing goes for interlude. If there is.
इंटरल्यूड म्हणजे कितें सर?
इंटरल्यूड म्हणजे जेन्ना एक वर्स आनी एक कडवे काबार जाता, जेन्ना मुखडा आनी अंध्रा काबार जाता तेन्ना एक मदीं म्युझीक आसता, तुमी पयला आसतलें आनी आयकला आसतलें. So that is called interlude.
Okay.
So then the second verse starts. So if I am doing a English genre, then every verse I फाटल्यान the music आहे ना. So the main solo comes after 2 or 3 verses if there are.
Correct.
So and then followed by chorus and then song finishes. So it depends on genre and genre to genre.
Correct.
So as I was talking about music arrangement. So music arrangement हे सगळे जे chord structure, जेन्ना instrument selection.
Okay.
So हे सगळें तेजे अंडर येता.
अरेंजमेंट
तेजे अंडर म्हणजे what kind of harmony कशी जाय म्हणजे इवन string section एक violin जाय वो 2 violin together or brass section जाय. So that all depends on about arrangement.
When it comes to creating a song, sir, so it is not just one person ka job ke okay I am only going to sing and I am only going to assemble the artist and make them do the music.
That happens when you program a music on a computer base. Like आधी कशें जातालें म्हणजे म्युझीक अरेंजर आसता पळय तो सगळें लायव्ह म्युझिक हाडटालो, लायव्ह रिकॉर्ड करतालो पयलीं सगळें. सो आतां दॅट डजंट हार्डली हॅपन्स नाव. देर इज अ कंप्युटर प्रोग्रामर so who layers the music instrumentation, like he programs the drum section, he programs the bass section, he programs the chord structure, piano and so on. And suppose यातून भितर एक समज की live instrument जाय जाल्यार if I want guitar player, so only he comes, he plays his parts and goes. So that is also interesting job, music programming. Whole thing. So you get to play with all those MIDI notes and computer interface and different there are softwares and all the studies. ते फाटल्यान मागीर recording जाता सॉंगाचें recording म्हणजे if there is something live as I told you जाल्यार ते record करपाक. So recordist is again a different individual job who knows how to record, how much level he has to take, understanding the instrument, particular instrument, ताणें कितलो level धरपाक जाय आनी what tone without changing the original sound of it. So हे सगळें तेजे अंडर येता. इवन सिंगर रिकॉर्ड करता पळय ते सगळे
आवाज कितलो ताणें घेवपाचो. लायक से फॉर एग्जांपल तबला इज बींग प्लेड सो तेजो बेस कितलो घेवपाचो, तेजो फ्रिक्वेन्सी कितली आसपाची. सो दॅट इज डिसायडेड बाय द रिकॉर्डिस्ट वॉज.
येतो म्हणजे एक्चुअली तेजे जॉब कितें आसा म्हणजे ओरिजिनल सावंड आसा पळय तो कॅप्चर करपाचो. एज नॉट एक ऑर ट्विक तशें तेजें आसता. इवन सिंगर्स वॉयस बसून मागीर सिंगर वॉयस जालो म्हणटा इफ इट इज प्रोसेसिंग इज देर आनी इट डिपेंड्स ऑन his studio also, how much hardware or कितें hardware use करता पळय तें. There are a lot of technical terms. So ते फाटल्यान मागीर editing येता. You edit the silence कितें cut कर or noise कितें आहा तो cut कर. Processing आहा मागीर then it goes for mixing. That is totally different job. Mixing and mastering. So mixing is basically spacing out a frequency. So different suppose sounds are drums, bass asa. So suppose kick, drum kick asa and bass guitar asa. So those are similar frequencies. So they space out frequency. This is a completely different study of sound frequencies, waves and all this stuff.
So mixing and mastering happens towards the end of the entire procedure.
Is end of the entire procedure.
So like if you have to explain it in very simple words की आता जर सपोज आता अरेंजरान सगळे आमचे इंस्ट्रुमेंट्स अरेंज केले और रिकॉर्डिस्टान ते रिकॉर्ड केले and then towards the end it goes to the sound engineer who does the mixing and mastering. So for a person who is creating a new song say and he's a newbie in that, what is the procedure like, what is the pathway like from composing the song to the release? So what is the flow like?
Actually flow आता सांगला पळय तो ॲक्च्युली प्रोफेशनल इंडिव्हिज्युअली करतात. म्हणजे ॲज अ इवन बॉलिवूड अँड सॉंग्स मध्ये जाता एक एनीवेअर. सो दिस प्रोसेस दे फॉलो. And now there's another term which is music producer, music producer, where he does entire thing, right, from composing, then singing part, magi the recording part, my music programming, all computer based, and sometimes live as he if he wants. So procedure the full kota, tot mixing mastering tots kota. Sometimes he gives ani konak करपाक. So this is called music production. So tots सगळे फुल गाईड करता स्वतःच विदाउट गोईंग इन अनदर स्टुडिओ. डिपेंड्स तो वचूंक शकता. सो दॅट टर्म इज देयर नाव, म्युझिक प्रोड्युसर.
So what is the difference between a music producer and a music director?
म्युझिक डायरेक्टर आता टर्म पयलीं आशिल्लो वे ही इज टू टेक द कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट ऑफ मेकिंग अ सॉंग एंड तेच्या अंडर अरेंजर, म्युझिक रिकॉर्डिस्ट, मागीर म्युझिक इंजिनियर, सावंड इंजिनियर सगळे आसताले. सो एक प्रोसेस कसो तो स्टार्ट आपूण ट्यून करतालो आनी एक फिल्मांक कशें डायरेक्टर जाल्यार कॉस्ट्यूम इट गोज थ्रू डिरेक्टर, लायटींग इट गोज थ्रू डिरेक्टर, आनी कितें एवरीथींग इज रुटेड टू डिरेक्टर. तशें म्युझिक डिरेक्टर. सो इवन दो मिक्सिंग तेका लायक जावंक ना ही कॅन टेल द मिक्सिंग इंजिनियर लायक आपणाक ती फ्रिक्वेन्सी लो एंड तितली नाका, अशें कमी कर, ओके कितले लावड नाका, आपणा जॉनर तसो लूक नाका आपणा सॉंगाक, किक मच कर भितर where audience can feel but can't be heard.
Correct.
So like that. And whereas music producers are, that is he's the boss of everything. Like पण तोच करता न्ही सगळें. So तो every department तोच करता काम. Except maybe mixing back the चडशे तोच करतात सगळें.
Okay. Sir, now these days, since a lot of songs are coming, a lot of musicians are also coming up. Because of social media, it is very kind of easy to reach out to a larger audience and being trending. The song can be on the number 1 trending list. Almost every next song is on that. But अशी थोडीच अशी जी song आसा, like say A.R. Rehman classics or the Kishore Kumar's classic songs. Say for example Kun Faya Kun song. Songs like this are relevant for years to come. What do you think is the process which goes behind in creating a masterpiece like this?
I will tell you one thing, म्हणजे अशें म्हणटा न्ही एक सॉंग बरें हिट जाता, एवरीथींग सगळ्याचे मास्टरपीसूच आसता क्रिएट केल्ले, एवरीथींग. सो आतां जो ट्रेंड चलता आय फील इज लायक मार्केटींग आनी जेचे मॅनेजमेंट टीम आसता न्ही, दॅट क्रिएट्स अ मॅजीक. आय एम नॉट सेइंग ओन्ली दॅट फॅक्टर, बट दॅट फॅक्टर इज ऑल्सो very much in tune nowadays.
Correct.
Very much required also. So तो एक आसता. And of course the tune and the lyrics has to match.
Correct.
तो एक फॅक्टर खूब फाटी जेन्ना आमी वचून सॉंग करता तेन्ना लिरिक्स मेळ्ळे न्ही, जेन्ना मागीर ट्यून केलो तो मागीर चेंजीस कांय जायना लिरिक्साक. सो बॉम्बे हाव दे वर्क इज लायक टुगेदर, म्हणजे लिरिसिस्टूय जेन्ना रिकॉर्ड करता तेन्ना सॉंग तो आसता लिरिसिस्ट. सो वॉट वी सी नाव डेज इज तूं कितलोय बरो व्हडलो वर्ड आसूं, जे टेक्निकली बरो आसूं, ओर आमचो पेजाद वर्ड, or that doesn't matter when the song composition comes. What matters how it sounds in the composition, that matters. For me at least.
But what do you think is the reason, sir, जी आता किशोर कुमाराचे जे songs आसा or the सोनू निगमाचे songs आसा जी अजून सुद्धा आयकतकीर it is still refreshing every time when you listen to it. But cut to if you listen to any trending song, it is trending for those many 3 months or say 6 months. What is the difference you feel की अशें कितें difference आसा तेंच्या भितर?
I feel तेन्ना आशिल्लीं सोंगां खूब आयकताले. सो आतां पसून सोशल मिडिया वर्क्स ऑन दॅट परत परत तुका हॅमर करपाक. दॅट इज ऑल्सो वन फॅक्टर. आय एम नॉट सेइंग दे आर बॅड कंपोजिशन ऑर सो दॅट इज ऑल्सो वन फॅक्टर बिकॉज तेन्ना एक सॉंग खूब गॅप आसताले. एक सॉंग आयलें म्हणटूच तेजो खूब गॅप, तो पीपल इज टू लिसन आनी ती इतली बसल्या. इवन आमची तीच न्ही पण आमची कोंकणी पसून सोंगां पयलीं रेडिओर जी वाजताली आजून पसून आमकां खूब आसा, कित्याक ते हॅमर जाल्ले आमी ल्हानपणान साकून डेली आयकून आमकां इतले बशिल्ले आहा ती. आतां तशें जायना. आतां 3 मिनटां रोखडेंच दुसरें सॉंग येता.
Yes.
आनी इवन पीपल ऑल्सो डजंट हॅव टायम लायक जस्ट स्क्रोल तूं 15 सेकंड्साक कितें कॅच करता पळय तेंच इम्पॉर्टंट आसता. सो दॅट इज ऑल्सो फॅक्टर इज
You have also been working with Remo Fernandes. What was it in meeting him? Like first time जेन्ना तुम्ही तेका मेळ्ळे तेन्ना कशें कितें आशिल्लें? How did you all end up meeting each other?
There was his face like he was looking for a keyboard player. So my friend suggested my name.
Okay.
One day he called directly. Hello, this is Remo Fernandes speaking. म्हाका तेन्ना खरें दिसूंक ना कोण फकाणां करता आसतलो रेमो म्हाका कित्याक फोन करता सो तेन्ना म्हाका कळ्ळें रेमो फर्नांडीस सो ही सेड लायक आय एम लुकिंग फॉर अ कीबोर्ड प्लेयर समवन सजेस्टेड युअर नेम आनी वूड यू लायक टू कम फॉर ऑडिशन सो आय सेड येस आनी आय वेंट फॉर ऑडिशन आनी सेम डे ही सेड लायक ओके विल डू यू आर in the band.
This was in which year, sir?
This was in 2000 December 2001.
And from that time you have been
I've been with him,
yeah,
part of his band.
okay. So how is it like you have also composed songs with him and you have also traveled with him? How is it like working with the Legend of Goa?
तेजे बरोबर हांवें कंपोज करूंक ना बट वॉटेवर हीज सॉंग तोच कंपोज करता तोच प्रोग्रामींग करता लायक हाव आय सेड म्युजीक प्रोडक्शन
Yeah.
So he's also a music producer himself, very good music producer. आनी सांगचें म्हणल्यार हांवें बसून तेजी एक फावटी इंटरव्यू पळयल्ली जेन्ना हांवें प्रोसेस स्टार्ट केल्लो म्हजो एज अ एरेंजर
Okay.
आनी तेन्ना हांव एरेंज करून हांव दुसऱ्या स्टुडियोन वतालो टू रिकॉर्ड एंड टू मिक्स एवरीथींग सो तेन्ना हांवें तेजी एक इंटरव्यू पळयल्ली एक फावटी ऑन आय थिंक दूरदर्शन वे ही प्रोग्राम्स हिमसेल्फ लायक हाव ही लेयर्स ही प्रोग्राम्स अ drum patterns, then the bass and everything he programs. So that's how I wanted to be like him. Like I wanted to do everything.
Yeah.
Right from scratch, from creating a tune till the final mix.
Correct.
So that's how I came into the picture.
Okay.
So basically, I didn't compose anything with him, but I play with him on stage.
Yeah.
And in studio also. So I'm a part of his band, Microwave Papadums. So being with him is awesome actually, full of energy. He is a person like full of energy, very down to earth.
Yeah.
And he supports me a lot. I learned a lot from him. The feel of music, many more.
24 years of working together. What it is like that has still kept you all together? What is it, the passion and the same madness for music?
Yeah, definitely madness for music. The way he creates the music is different. It's a different. And I'm always a fan of his.
Yeah.
And you're part of his band, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like
always a fan. Any funny incident that you remember while traveling with Remo Fernandes, where you have gone out of this country or maybe around India?
जायत आहा पण तेज्या बरोबर ट्रॅव्हल करपाक बेस्ट एक्चुअली इट्स फूल ऑफ एनर्जी एंड यू गेट टू नो हाव not only state level, national level, international level also, how the bands are, how they perform, what understanding they have when they play for such a big concert.
Yeah.
We get to learn many things from him. Funny incidents, there are many. Once we went for Bihu festival in Assam, I think so. Then like सांचो असो पावस पडिल्लो आनी लायट जास्त on stage then सर तूं मूव्स घातलो तरी येतालो तांचे आमचे it's like a cockroach size and those people they eat also some people directly so stageर बसून हांवें खूब I was getting irritated because of my long hair it was coming all over so मदीं वायता एक फाटल्यान भितर गेलो so एकलो मागीर कोण आयलो आनी मागीर राव डोंट वरी So हांव मुन्नी सांगता जालें आनी म्हजो पार्ट आशिल्लो I just left and I could not bear रेमो फाटल्यान पळयता कितें जालें सो एकलो कोण आशिल्लो भितर सो तेणें राव डोंट वरी सो आपणें तें काडलें आनी सोमतें खालो तो म्हाका आजून पसून उगडास येता तेजें तोंड आनी फेस आनी द सिट्युएशन क्रेजी थिंग्स
सर तुमकां ए.आर. रेहमानाक सुद्दां मेळपाक एक संदी मेळ्ळ्या when you came to know that you are going to meet the legend A.R. Rehman, what was your feeling like?
Oh, it was nice. Like एक शो आशिल्लो सिरीज आशिल्ली A.R. Rehman रॉक्स म्हणून सिरीज ऑफ 8 शोज केले आनी रेमोक तेंच्यांनी आपयल्लो म्हणपाक to sing 3 songs and there were many other artists also, other singers also, good top. So जी रेमोन म्हणल्या सॉंगां रेहमानाची हम्मा हम्मा लिंडा ऑड तो तो म्हणपाक आशिल्लो.
Yeah.
आनी Remo had an assistant always, has also. So looking at me, he is always supportive.
Yeah.
He always supports me in all kinds. So he asked me like, would you like to come as an assistant? And I said, yes, of course, Rehman show. So I went with him to assist him.
Yeah.
So it was superb being with the Rehman group, learned something more from their perspective, how they work
Yeah.
in South. I was there for 3 days for rehearsals in Chennai with Remo, with the Rehman group, and the first show was in Bangalore, and then second was Gwalior. And third show we could not do because Remo had already had a show booked. He could not perform
Okay.
that show. So we did 2, 3 nights. It was superb.
Sir, you have been traveling so much because of the shows. तुम्ही all around the world travel करता, all around India travel करता. You have obviously built a network with the people out there in Mumbai, say, आणि खय खय. As compared to Goa, maybe Bombay, maybe it's opportunities असू शकता. But what is that one thing that always keeps you coming back to Goa?
I never looked at as a career फुडें व्हरया or boom जावनी or a career आतां बरो ग्रो जावपाक अशें करपाक जाय तशें करपाक जाय. I never went with that. I just went with the flow. And in Goa was always my passion. Like somehow म्हाका तें वचप जावकूच ना. Even when I was in Rehman, जे म्हजे फ्रेंड आसा सगळे वळखता. I know all the sound engineers in Bombay. And ते बसून आपयताले Bombay यो. But never एकल्यान जॉब बसून हाडले 2 फाटी हाडलो जॉब to do a serial music continuous and then songs करपाक. केन्ना songs कशें आसता म्हणजे एक डायरेक्टर 2-3 जाणांक दिता. So that also opportunities मागीर there are many. I didn't go for it. I didn't feel like. So whatever work I will work from Goa. I still
Okay.
and it didn't happen somehow.
What is that thing about Goa that keeps you here?
I love Goa and I want to make change from Goa and in Goa.
Yeah.
So if I move then what कितें बोलला तशें तशें एक फॅक्टर आसता न्हू. So तोय better आशिल्लो.
Talking about change, sir, so you have been the biggest trendsetter in Goa. 2005 to 2006 EDM Shigmo हो प्रकार तुम्हीच गोंयान हाडलेलो. Tell me something about it. Like, what inspired you in creating this? How do you create this? आणि कसो प्रोसेस कसो आसता? EDM Shigmo म्हणजे कितें?
बेसिकली तुम्ही समज जाणा जाल्यार पयलीं एक ते चित्ररथ करता पळय तांचो एक थीम आसता पर्टिक्युलर थीम आनी तांकां जे सावंड यूज करता पळय ते दे यूज्ड टू डू वॉट एक मायक घेताले आनी लाफ्टर ओ तेजे डायलॉग ते तशेंच म्हणटाले. सो वन गाय अप्रोच्ड मी विल रिकॉर्ड and we'll play the CD on the floats आनी आमी सावंड घालता पळय. सो एक वर्स आमी ते स्टार्ट केलें ओन्ली डायलॉग्स आनी बॅकग्राउंड स्कोर हांवें केलो. नेक्स्ट इयर I think so 7 or something. जेन्ना तो आयलो तेन्ना हांवें म्हणलें ओके सॉंग करया. I'll just hum something. हें करया. It's a mixture of laughter. It's a give and take. Like DJ आसता पळय तशें. So I created a track and named it as a DJ Ravan.
Okay.
That time. So
2006.
आनी तो एक ट्रॅक म्हणल्यार कसो आसता एक फिल्म कशें आसता ते 3 minute फिल्म एक एज पर थीम. ओके तो समज कोण most of things are mythological. So एक रावण समज जिकून आयलो so there will be Ravan dialogues and आनी कोणाचो डायलॉग आसता.
Correct.
So we go as per the full scene कशें story आनी I create a background score for it. And at the end I create a small song. And now the trend is like I kept on changing. The first it was like EDM DJ. Then I did a classical kind of songs I used to do. Then later on I did classical meaning classical but western beats. Okay. It's a fusion kind of. Then later I moved to rap. So that is also trended for long. अजून rap आणि songs असतात माझे.
So you get all the artists in your studio and you make them say the dialogues and that's how you compose it.
Suppose there are 2-3 characters or 4 characters. We get 4 characters आणि तेंच्याकडे म्हणून घेता आमी डायलॉग्स. तर त्याच मुडान. Suppose एकलो बरो ना सूट जायना जाल्यार दुसरो हाडटा. Replacement. So we get it. We see that it is perfectly matched. जेन्ना हांवें फर्स्ट आनी एक सांगपाचें म्हणल्यार हांवें फर्स्ट एक केलो न्ही DJ रावण that was a change, like from how it used to be before the Shigmo आणि मागीर कितें थोडे जाणटे this is totally western जालां मरे सगळें. This is something else. इतलें आमचें culture बी खंय म्हणून. There were few, this. But youth, everyone liked it. That how I came to know, like next year दुसरा group आयलो.
Same group.
आपणाक same तरीचे जाय. Third year there were adding 3-4 groups again. Next year adding 5-5 son. So that's a trend. That trend has been still carried on now.
So it was a balance. I feel like people, like the youngsters appreciated it then, but there were few थोडे आशिल्ले जेंच्यांनी तुमकां क्रिटिसायज केले.
क्रिटिसायज अशें न्ही, पण तांकां तशें दिसलें कितें अरे सडन चेंज जाता न्ही कोणाकूय, तांकां अशें सडन चेंज कशें दिसलें आनी अरे हें आमचें न्हीच खरें म्हणजे तेंच्यांनी केन्ना कांट ब्लेम देम तेंच्यांनी केन्ना आयकूंकूय ना. देर शूड बी चेंज ऑर एक्सपेरिमेंट सदांच न्ही असल्या म्युजिकान. सो आतां वचून तें मेळटा जाल्यार दे से लायक बेस्ट.
चलता दिन क्या रात, रावण भी देता था उसका साथ, सोचा था सबको देगा मान. करने दो, करने दो, करने दो, करने दो, करने दो, करने दो.
I think, sir, you have used the same thing for the Carnival theme music also. You have added drums and other instruments in this, right?
Carnival हांवें थीम अशी चेंज केली. म्हणजे पयलीं there was like only soca music, Brazilian music, which they used to band, used to copy and play exactly same thing.
Correct.
जेन्ना म्हजे कडेन आयलो तेन्ना कंपोज करपाक as a theme song for state level. So I imagine as a carnival in Goa, carnival in India,
Correct.
how our sound has to be. आमचें कशें आसपाक जाय. Even the carnival came from western region, but still the carnival is happening in India nowadays. So हांवें कितें केलें, थोडे instruments आमचे घातले भितर. म्हणजे instead of drum roll I used dolak roll. So it will change, not much change, but slowly I changed with the carnival, the sound of carnival in India.
Sir, you spoke about change, right? Like how the evolution is important. Like what is your take on this? Ki should we be sticking only to our roots and just doing the same thing, or should we evolve as the time passes by?
Definitely, of course. So evolve जावपाकूच जाय, change जावपाकूच जाय, experiment जावपाक जाय, new येवपाकूच जाय, because the world is evolving, they are experimenting a lot of things. And if we stick to that old thing, then मागीर जावचें ना. We have to preserve old things. अशें न्ही कितें आमी ते sometimes काडपाक जाय अशें. We have to preserve old things. पण केन्ना केन्ना कितें जाता, आतां ओल्ड कितें आसा न्ही जाल्यार तेंच दीत जाल्यार थोड्यांक तें कळना, हें आमचें पन्नें मरे, तेंच तर तूं न्यू हितून प्रेजेंट करून दी जाल्यार दे एक्सेप्ट.
Correct.
And in that bargain what happens, like आमचें तें पन्नें तें उरता.
True.
With this. Actually extend जावच्या परस this is better. True. And experiment जावपाकूच जाय. Different.
So let's talk about your love life now, sir. So I know you are a very introvert person. You like to be, you are a calm person. But when it comes to your better half, she is completely opposite. She is always the powerhouse. अशें आमी म्हणूंक शकता. How do you all manage the balance between both? Ki how does the extrovert and introvert work together?
तेच कोणाला बॅलन्स करपाची गरज पडना. शी इज टोटली ऑपोजीट. हांवें दोनी सेम आशिल्ले डिफिकल्ट जावपाचें.
तुमी केन्ना मेळ्ळे सर? लायक टेल अस अबाउट युअर लव स्टोरी. हाऊ डिड यू मीट?
वी आर फ्रॉम सेम विलेज, सेम वॉर्ड. शी इज ऑपोजीट नेबर. एंड आमी वयर खेळपाक आसताले तेन्ना ती येताली विथ फ्रेंड्स आनी ते खेळपाक. सो केन्ना आमकां लायकींग जालें आमकां खबरूय ना. We were 14 years like that before marriage. So केन्ना अशें like that no one proposed.
Okay.
So we were together for अशेंच
Many years.
many years.
So what is that thing that you liked about her?
That's she is like very straightforward.
Yeah.
One thing. She is very straightforward. आणि हांव मातसो different न्ही. So I was like admiring. अरे how can a person be just straightforward? Best. कितें भिना काय कितें करपाक भिना. Very rough and tough. So that might attract झाला आसतलें म्हजें. Of course झाला.
So how do you think your life would be if she was not there in your life? What difference it would have made?
तें केन्ना चिंतूंक ना न्ही इतलीं वर्सां जालीं. Definitely वेगळें आसपाचें. For me she is very supportive.
Yeah.
In whatever I do. So म्हाका जें घरा जें एनवायरमेंट आशिल्लें न्ही, सो म्हाका कोण काम सांगिनाशिल्लो केन्ना. म्हाका फ्रिडम कांय आजून पसून आसा.
Correct.
सो हांव हावज होल्ड वर्क कांय लागना जें कांय हाडपाकूय पडना म्हाका शॉपिंग ऑर वॉट एवर. बट आय सपोर्ट वॉट एवर शी टेल्स. बट केन्ना सपोज तेका जाय हांव आसा तातूंत.
Yeah. तुम्ही फाटली खूपशी वर्सां जाली. You have been in music. Like music is the whole and soul thing that you have been doing. Also केन्ना असो बारीकसो इन्सिडेंट घडला की तुम्ही तुमच्या म्युझिक प्रोडक्शनानच खूब अशें मग्न जाले आनी देर वॉज अ इम्पॉर्टंट इव्हेंट दॅट वॉज हॅपनिंग इन युअर लायफ.
जाला आसा तसो एक म्हजो वेडिंग डे आशिल्लो.
हां.
आनी आय हॅड अ कमिटमेंट. आय वॉज डुईंग म्युजीक फॉर RD परेड दिल्ली. आनी त्या क्लायंटाक सांजचो वचपाक जाय आशिल्लो. सांजची फ्लायट आशिल्ली. आय हॅव टू कंप्लीट एंड बर्न अ CD एंड टू गीव.
Yeah.
And my wedding was afternoon. So he was sitting me. We were working in the morning. That was soon after. I think so around 12 o'clock. So I think सांगलें एक हिंट दिलो. हांवें म्हणलें म्हाका वेडिंगाक वचपाक जाय. सो हांवें म्हणलें वायंड अप करुया न्ही. सो आमचें ऑलरेडी वायंड अप जाल्लें एक्चुअली. CD फक्त बंद आशिल्लें आनी बरी गजाली मारताले. सो मातशें रावन तेका आनीक दिलो हिंट. हांवें म्हणलें वचपाक जाय म्हाका. आय हॅव वेडिंग. So he was looking at me like, परत म्हणजे कोणाचें वेडिंग रे? I said my wedding. So he was shocked like. So every time I meet him like तेच उडस काडटा मागीर केन्नाय आता मेळ्ळें जाल्यार. He was working on his wedding day.
I know. What was it की तुम्ही तुमच्या लग्नाच्या दिसा सुद्धा you were working in the morning? Like what was it? Like
I had a commitment because that music the changes कितें आशिल्लें न्ही. It had to go that day.
Yeah.
So फुडें आनी व्हरपाक मेळनाशिल्लें.
Sir, throughout the podcast, I have been seeing you have been always, and I have always known you as a calm and composed person. But what is that thing that keeps you smiling? तुमका केन्ना राग येयला सर?
What keeps me smiling? You have to ask my wife.
Yes.
That I can say. I don't know, but that's my nature.
Yeah.
When kind of tension आसल्यार I listen to my own music. I have meditative kind of music. I go through that. This is one of the incidents I have done like that with the tension. So I play on my own music and just keep calm. That's it.
But I'm sure, sir, ki like we always as humans we go through a lot of different emotions. अशा असना की we are always happy. केन्ना कामाचो प्रेशर आसता. You are too much stressed with work and there is too much happening around. You become irritated. You become angry. And then do you ever cry? Do you ever express that emotions?
Emotionally, yeah, we cry many times in studio.
Yeah.
When we compose, if we are in that mood,
Yeah.
I cry a lot.
Yeah.
Studio. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens for every artist. It's unnecessary, I feel.
Yeah.
Even if I listen to all old my melodies and music,
Yeah.
get into that mood, I start cry. That's
Music always hits the soul directly.
yeah, that's normal. And one has to be free at his workplace, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, many times it happens.
Yes. Okay. Sir, apart from music, what is your other passion? आणि कितें तुमकां करपाक आवडटा?
I like traveling.
Yeah.
That's my main kind of wherever we go.
Yeah.
I like to travel. I like to admire nature. I like to be not in mountains also, but the city life or city, the feel of the city.
Yeah.
That also I like. The noise of the traffic also I like.
Yeah.
So anything in foreign land or different land which I have not seen, or I like to be in that.
On the streets also.
On the street also, whether it is noisy or whatever, I don't care. But I like, if it is something different for me, I just love that.
Correct. So let's talk about the film that you have worked on. It's the national award winning film called The Gat. How different it is to work on a movie than a jingle or creating an anthem?
I did background score for Digan.
Yeah.
I worked with Danish Moge, very well known film director. फिल्मान कितें जाता एक थीम आसता त्या प्रमाणे तुवें वाचपाक जाय. There is no अशें out of the box तूं चिंतना पण in that frame you have to think how you will create, and there is always a director who guides you, who tells you the theme, the concept of the film, how the scene, he explains everything, the theme. So it's a completely different way of working. And when it comes to jingle, like within 20 seconds you have to create such a thing, like there should be a tag theme or tagline or tag music that people will remember.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's the same thing happens with the title song also, or title, or any program title, or any launch, product launch or something, anything.
एक hook जाय पडटा.
एक hook असल्यार it's more catchy, correct, for the audience to get.
Whereas for the film there is a longer process.
Longer process आणि the scene is explained to you. And the theme अशें जाय पडना. Unless and until you are doing a title track in the film, that is totally different. Like how we compose anthem. So anthem आमी जाणा. So if you are doing for a game, then totally different. So with the sound we choose is totally different from for the other songs.
Yeah.
Because there's a mood आमी असो चिंतचो पडटा की audience stadium आसतलो and it's going to play on the stadium. You need a big drums, so to hit the drum, to give that power.
Correct.
So all those factors are there.
Yeah.
And you're doing the different kind of genre, different category of music.
Yeah. Talking about the stadium, so you have also composed the anthem for Lusofonia Festival, which happened in Goa in the year 2014. How was it? Like, I know it's not just the music that is pressurizing, there were other factors as well. What was the process like in creating the music, the anthem for Lusofonia?
Lyrics were given by them actually. It's official anthem, International Lusofonia Games, and I had to compose. So when I was composing that, firstly I thought like I will give a little Goan dimension using my folk music also in between.
Yeah.
So music it goes with the flow. So lyrics was very good lyrics, and I had to go with the lyrics. Already it had given. And stadium are कशें वाचपाक जाय. So I recorded many. I recorded like 6 Gumad together, 6 Taso together. So in that case, I used a lot of folk music in between. आमचे गोंयचे तशें आतां नॅशनल गेम्साकूय हांवें त्या कोचिंग सेरेमनीक केल्ले ताकाय खूब फोक म्युजीक म्हणजे हांव चडशें कितें एक्सपेरिमेंटल बेसीस आसता पळय जे I get chance to showcase my Goan music into, and if it is going national level or national level, so हांव तो चान्स सोडना, म्हणजे गोवन म्युजीक घालताच.
बरोबर. Now since you have worked on so many anthems, so many jingles, so many films, what are your future goals now? What is your aim in music? Do you have anything apart from music, or it's just the music that you want to carry forward?
I always go with flow. अजून बसून हांव म्हाका अशें करियर आनी पयशे येवपाक जाय अशें हांवें करायचें दुखूच ना, म्हणजे अजून बसून चिंतना. आनी इवन समज म्हजें सॉंग बसून कोणाक लायक जावंक ना, सो आय डोंट फील एनीथिंग, म्हणजे ईच वन हॅज ओन चॉयस. आनी खूब जाण एप्रिशिएट करता, बरें दिसता, सगळें वेरी गुड. It gives me encouragement for future projects. पण अजून बसून अशें दिसूंक ना की हांव फूल करियर रन करता तेजेर आनी I have to earn more तशें अजून दिसूंक. But whatever, I go with the flow.
Do you have any longing for any other art form apart from music?
I can say acting. Acting I can say, because for my songs video I only act. In between, recently I have acted as Shiva in one of my songs. And
you won't mind acting in a film or in a project if given?
Definitely. I would love to.
Definitely. Okay. Sir, when I look at you, you have lived a very simple life. You are a very simple, calm person. You have had a beautiful experience for so many years. आयच्या जनरेशना खातीर तुमचो एक बारीकसो piece of advice, what would you like to give?
Same advice I feel what I follow to be professional and listen to all genres of music. That is very important.
Yeah.
Listen to all genres of music. If you restrict yourself in particular one genre, then it won't help you to experiment in a larger way. Like listen to all kind of genres and be professional in whatever you do and stick to your roots.
Okay.
If you're coming from local, that's global. So that factors also works.
Yeah. Okay, good. Sir, we are done with the questions. We have a small game to play. It's called the rapid fire. The first question, sir, तुमच्या हाती. A song you wish you had composed or you were a part of.
ज्या तरेन हांव म्हजी सॉंग करता पळय सो अशें दिसना दुसरें सॉंग करपाक जाय सो म्हाका केन्नाय ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी मेळटली आमच्या आमी करता पळय दॅट इज आ बेबी होली जे आमी सॉंग करता सो अशें दिसना कोणाचें पार्ट आसपाक जाय अशें दिसना.
Okay. A musician you dream of collaborating with.
एक सांगू खरें सांगू हांव इतलो एसोसिएट आहा विथ रेमो फर्नांडीस पण हांवें ताका अजून सांगूंक ना कॅन वी सिंग a duet or on my composition. So there you sing. I'll say like Remo Fernandes.
Okay, sir. Your favorite instrument.
Instruments सगळेच म्हाका आवडटा म्हणजे तेका कित्याक हांव इतलें वाजोवंक पावलो कित्याक ते वॉज आय लायक्ड समथींग डिफरंट युनिकनेस इन अदर इंस्ट्रुमेंट्स सो आय लायक ऑल इंस्ट्रुमेंट्स तशें एक पर्टिक्युलर सांगपाक अशें आवडटा.
Okay, sir. A song that instantly lifts your mood up.
वाव हांव जेन्ना हें हांव करता केन्ना एक्चुली हांव केन्ना आसा जाल्यार हांव म्हजीच सॉंग आयकता सगळें इट प्लेज ऑन सिक्वेन्स
Okay.
घरा कडेन इन माय स्टुडियो तशें.
So what is it about your songs that do you go back in the journey?
Yeah.
Process कसा आशिल्लो and then it lifts your mood up.
Yeah. I relate all to feel म्हणजे एक सॉंग करप म्हणजे एक जर्नी प्रोसेस कसो टू फील वॉट यू फील एट दॅट मोमेंट सो मूड कसो आहा दॅट एवरीथिंग रिफ्लेक्ट्स इन युअर कंपोजिशन इन युअर म्युजीक अरेंजमेंट्स प्रोग्रामिंग सो समहाव I relate when it plays like I go into trance kind of. Yeah.
So when you want to lift your mood up, you go back to your own song.
My songs, it's always best.
Nice, sir. And
I don't boost myself, but it's
yeah,
for me.
yes, yes, sir. Okay. The most challenging composition you have ever worked on.
As I told you, the song is not composing. म्हणजे challenging असना. Song easily येता, the feel so happy. But other factors, what singer use कर, तो singer केन्ना वो आमचो मामालो चेडो तो सिंगर यूज कर सो तेन्ना इवन तो सिंगर बरो ना जाल्यार आमकां केन्ना घेवचो पडटा सो दॅट फॅक्टर्स ऑल्सो दे समटायम्स असले चॅलेंजीस आसता.
It is not the composition of the music, but it is the
other factor always.
Okay, sir. One song you think every musician should study.
I will say I don't remember, but I'll say my songs.
Yeah, definitely. Why not, sir? Okay. Last, sir, one piece of music advice you completely disagree with.
Each one has their own say in the music.
बरेच येता एका गाण्यातून घेता दुसऱ्या गाण्यातून
आणि नेगेटिव्ह केन्ना अशें एडवायस कितें रॉंग वचून आय एग्री जायना पळय तें येता तेन्ना केन्ना बरें सो यू नो लायक वॉट पीपल थिंक वॉट हाव the audience thing.
Correct.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
ते येता तेन्ना बरें.
Correct. जाय त्यो गोष्टी घेवपाच्यो नाका त्या गोष्टी सायडीक घेवपाच्यो.
हय बेस्ट सो मायंडसेटूय कळटा लोकांचें कशें कितें आहा म्हणजे हाव दे लूक फॉर म्युजीक म्हणजे कशें तांचो पर्स्पेक्टीव आहा थोडे आतां तुका फॉर एग्जांपल थोडे एकूच जॉनर पर्टिक्युलर आयकता दुसऱ्या जॉनराक केन्ना आयकूच नासता सो तेजो मायंडसेट असो आसतलो की अशें आसपाक जाय इतलेंच सो इट्स ओके वी कांट से एनीथिंग
तो तेंचो पर्स्पेक्टीव लेट देम लिव विथ दॅट. ओके
सो आमी कितें नवें करता जाल्यार दे मायट लायक ट्रॅक्स.
येस ओके थँक्यू सो मच सर खूब बरें दिसलें तुमचे कडेन उलोवन. आय कॅन लायक एक सिंपल लायफ कशी जावं शकता आनी विदावट एनी एक्सपेक्टेशन विथ द लायफ की तुमी खुबशे कितें लायक सिंपल गोष्टी उलयता उलयता खुबशे कितें शिकोवनूय गेले की यू डोंट एक्सपेक्ट सो मेनी थिंग्स इन लायफ यू आर जस्ट गोईंग विथ द फ्लो एंड स्टील यू आर अचिवींग सो मच सक्सेस इन योर लायफ. सो गाइज टुडेज एपिसोड इज स्पॉन्सर्ड बाय द यमिएस्ट केक इन द टाउन. इट्स द क्रस्टी हेवन. सो क्रस्टी हेवन इज अ होम बेकरी. You get customized cakes, brownies, cookies, healthy desserts, and much more. To know more about them, please head on to their Instagram page to place your order today. Experience the warmth of home-baked goods where every bite feels like home. And wait, there's 5% discount too since they're completing 5 sweet years to Crusty Heaven. Sir, ही बारीकशी भेट आमच्या कडल्यान तुमच्या खातीर.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Crusty Heaven. Thank you, FCR Productions, for having me here. It was superb. It was nice to be here.
Thank you so much.
And do like this channel, like, subscribe, and do share.
Thank you so much, sir. तुम्ही हांगा आयले म्हणून देव बरें करूं.
तुमकां देव बरें करूं. Thank you very much.